Hi, welcome to another edition of Football Family Feuds and another disappointing outing for Chelsea. It could have been worse. We could have had Bournemouth, of all teams, do the double over us. I am beginning to sound like a scratch record. The script is the same week in, week out. No point in listening to Frank Lampard's press conferences because they are the same week in, week out. Should have won the game, dominated the game, sloppy a few minutes, cost us the game, in control of the game, failed to finish teams off. That is, if you look at my match preview from the week before, the week before that, every time we lose, it's the same old story. We dominate possession, have more shots on target. If you look at the stats today, I think, we only had one more shot on target to them. I think we had 6 to their 5. But if you look at the amount of shots off target, 17, I think it was, so they were 10 or 9. Dominating the corner count, 73% possession to their 27% possession. But possession could be maybe 9/10 of the law, but it's not going to win you a game of football. When I did my post-match review of the game against Bayern Munich, I just said we are levels behind them, but in reality, we are not even a top 4 Premier League team. Okay, we are 4th at the moment, so people say, what's he on about? But we had a good, since November, our form has been more relegation than it has been Champions League form. Since the Crystal Palace game on the 4th of November, we've played 18 games. Out of those 18 games, we've only won 5 of those 18. We've drawn 4 and we've lost 7. So to me, that's relegation form. Not good enough. And we got to be realistic. This is where we're at as a team. If we finish top 4, it's going to be a definite overachievement with the squad that we've got. And when I did the match review against Bayern also, I was saying that it's a young team still learning. But when I look back at it, there's only 2 youngsters who played in that game, and that was Reece James and Mason Mount. In today's game, Tomori, Mount and James were the only younger players. So it's clear the investment that we've been making over the last few years have not been good enough and have been costing us games. Because you look at the side today, Caballero obviously over the hill, and he's replacing Kepa because Kepa's performances of late haven't been great. Azpilicueta over the hill now, once great player, but now he's starting to wane. Alonso got us out of jail today with 2 goals, but generally, is Alonso the man? No, because a lot of people want to see Alonso go. He scored 3 goals in the last couple of games, and everyone's saying that they may want him to stay, but he hasn't been playing for a reason, guys, and he only fits one system, and that's a 3-4-3 as a wing back. He's not good as in a flat back 4. He's good to keep, maybe, if we want to change systems next season, but at best he's a squad player, and don't let these 3 goals deceive you. Still defensively, today he got found wanting a couple of times defensively. I'm not going to criticise him too much because, as I said, without him we wouldn't have been having that point. He could have arguably won all 3 points for us. Christensen, you can't call him a youngster anymore. He's more of a seasoned pro. And midfield, Kovacic and Jorginho are in their mid-20s, so not youngsters. Pedro played today, Giroud played today. So we had 8 players today who are experienced. But Are they good enough? Probably not. You know, there's one or two, as I said, Kovacic has had a good season, can't criticise him. Jorginho, as I mentioned in the video, another video that I'd done last week, he's a specialist player. Probably doesn't fit into the way that Frank Lampard wants to play. So this squad is broken, and we've got too many mishmash sort of players from other managers. I'm not going to go into it again. I mentioned it in the video. If you want to see the video I did, I'll post it above. And I did a long video on what's going wrong at Chelsea and what we need to do to improve. The board need to take a look at themselves. Everyone's blaming the managers, but we can't keep blaming managers. You know, last year we blamed Sarri. The year before we blamed Conte. Conte was screaming out for new reinforcements. They didn't back him, sulked, he went off. Sarri got backed to an extent. They brought in, obviously, Jorginho to play his style of football. Kepa was more of a panic buy. I wouldn't say he was one of his buys. But did they back him fully? Not really. And obviously we had the ban with initially in the summer, but when we came to January, Lampard was screaming out for reinforcements. He was saying to them, I need a striker, I need somebody who's going to be finishing, I need a decent left back. Wasn't backed in the market. Tammy Abraham gets this injury now and we're struggling. You know, Giroud had a good game against Tottenham, but consistently he's not the man, because he has one good game, one bad game. He was awful against West Ham. Today he should have buried that chance to put us 2-0 up, game over, on his stronger foot as well. Bang, misses it. They go down the other end, score a goal. Batshuayi is clearly not rated. So had we got in a striker, even if it was a lone striker coming in, if they have someone in mind to get in next season, I'm sure that we could have had somebody on loan to bring in who's going to be better than what we've got already. Giroud could have gone out the door. We could have brought in somebody. I said not to say it's going to work, but at least you're trying to back the manager. Board haven't backed the manager. And this nonsense of, I said, okay, they want to get the right players in. I kind of agree with that to an extent, but as I keep saying in my videos, you're not going to get the right players in if you don't make top four. If we don't make top four, then we're not getting stellar players in. We're going to have to go back to plan B, C, D, because players want to play at the top level, and that's the reality of it. You know, Sancho ain't joining us if we're not in top four, full stop. Werner is probably going to be joining Liverpool anyway. Definitely won't join us if we're not getting top four. We're going to be picking up the crumbs, the leftovers. So don't expect any stellar signings who's going to take us to that next level. You know, we'll get players who may make us challenge for the top four probably, but we're not going to get players who are going to be making us challenge for league titles. It's not going to happen. So disappointing. So, you know, I'm just don't know what to say really. Again, a mentality thing. It's just always, like I said, I'll just keep repeating myself. Mentality. We go a goal down, panic stations. You know that they're going to score again. We just do not know how to regroup when we go a goal down. You know, they walk through our defence for that second goal. Awful goal to concede. First goal, set play again. A stat by someone on Twitter, Carefree Youth. That's the 11th out of the last 15 goals that we've conceded. 11 of them have been from set pieces. That's not good enough. Not good enough at all, guys. I'm sorry. And it's got to be down to the coaching as well. I understand what Frank was saying before when he said about having to play the zonal marking. Zonal ain't working. Go back to man. I hate this zonal marking. He said about the height or whatever. But what you're doing on zonal is not working. If we're conceding 11 goals out of 15, you've got to get back to man marking and try and match them up whatever way you can. But try something different, because conceding too many goals at set pieces, and it's just not good enough. Apologies to Sarri as well for last season, because I was critical of Sarri because I kept saying that when we come out in the second half, we're always conceding goals, or we are, I don't know, I was saying about his team talks, to know what he's doing in his team talks, because we come out worse than we did when we end the half. But it wasn't a Sarri issue now, I see. It's probably not even a Lampard issue. It's a mentality issue with the players that we've got in the club at the moment. Because the same thing happened today. Gone in at the break, 1-0. Second half, they come out and score 2 goals within the first 15 minutes of the second half. We saw that against Bayern Munich on Tuesday as well. And there's a few games that this happened to us this season, so that's a trend. Concentration. What's going on? They don't come out, they don't play with the same sort of concentration, the same sort of intensity. Getting in the right players, not only good players, I want players with the right mentality, because Sarri again last season said that there's a mentality problem. He couldn't get through to them. None of these managers seem to get through to them mentally. So I just don't think the players are that switched on when it comes to that mentality. So we need to get players with the right mindset, with the right mentality, with a winning mentality, because that can take you a long way. Don't tell me about injuries. Okay, we've been unlucky with injuries, but come on. The players we had out there today, the 11 we had out there today, man for man, are still better than the 11 that Bournemouth had out. So don't tell me that we can't beat this Bournemouth team because of the injuries that we've got. So I'm not having that as an excuse. So Liverpool on Tuesday, followed by Everton. So 2 Merseyside teams. I don't know what to say anymore, because I don't even know what to. Liverpool are probably going to play 5 or 6 of their kids, and I don't even know if we'll beat them. It's just that inconsistency with our results now. I can't say with great confidence what sort of results that we're going to be having. Can't see us getting top 4. Just can't see it on the form that we're on with no strikers. I just don't see how we're going to make top 4. I think we'll finish about 6th or 7th, if I'm honest, because there's other clubs at the moment who are on better form than us. I can see the likes of Wolves overtaking us as well. Manchester United definitely will overtake us. It's not looking great, and it's a collective. So the players, some mistakes by the manager, but I'm not being too critical on Frank. But most of the blame for me goes with the board. Bad management for years. Chickens are coming home to roost, and that's it. Only positive to come out of today. 2 positives. Obviously, yesterday, Leicester City lost surprisingly to Norwich. So we've gained a point on them, so only 5 points behind. And Liverpool are not going to finish the season unbeaten, and we've gained a point on Liverpool. That's a joke, by the way. Anyway, onwards and upwards. Still support the Blues. Still, I said, win or lose, up the Blues, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.